Namaskar. I am Rajesh Raut from Kalinga Scroll. Friends, today we will touch upon a topic that has not been discussed so much, but has been bothering many parents for a long time. How long? I'll take my own example. When I was a child in the 70s, 1 in a million child was termed as autistic. 1 in 1 million. Later on, we cut the long story short. In 2014, we saw in every 1,000 children, there were 53 autistic children. In every 1,000. What was 1 in a million became 53 in 1,000. And when we speak about 2020, which is this year, we have 1 in every 6 child having development disability. It could have autism, it could be hyperactivity, it could be cerebral palsy, it could be blindness, you name it, but the parent won't be happy if they have a child with development disability, which means every 1 child out of 6, meaning 17% of the children born today are being born with some kind of developmental disability. Now, this is the statistics I have told. Let us dwell more deep into it by speaking to a professional who has been doing this for 10 years now, over a decade. He is qualified to do this. He is none other than Mr. Rajesh K. Welcome, Mr. Rajesh K. Mr. Rajesh K. Is having a master's degree in development disability, and he is a professional occupational therapist. He has his center in Mysore, and he also runs a school for autistic children. Additionally, he has a center also in Bhubaneswar with the name of Thulir, and many parents and children have benefited from his center. So, welcoming Mr. Rajesh, I will ask the first question. Mr. Rajesh, many people don't know what is autism. Request your response in this regard.
Autism is a pervasive developmental disorder. So, it means that the children will have impairment in social and communication skills mainly. So, they will be withdrawn to self. So, that is the main features. So, by seeing a kid, you can make out few symptoms, and by interacting with the child, you can make out few things. So, if you see a child, you will see the child is in his own play or withdrawn to self, and he will have lack of language and communication skills, which the typical child of his age is not having. So, when you observe keenly or when you interact with him, you can find out his play was very repetitive or any sort of more obsessed kind of play. Okay. Then when you have a conversation with the child, if a child is able to speak, then the child can't able to initiate a conversation or maintain a conversation, or having a difficulty in speaking irrelevant to the context. They can't understand the facial expressions, the non-verbal communication we say. So, that areas, so they can't make out. Okay. So, your gestures, your signs and languages they can't understand. So, basically this is the things we will be finding as a layman terms, but in as a professional way we will have all the, as it is a developmental delay, we have developmental delay in all the areas like gross motor development and fine motor skills and perception related things, and when it comes to academics, and all the areas will be affected. So, in a parent's point of view, we will be finding, if you compare with the child, any typical child, you will be finding he is not talking as like any other normal child, he is not playing like any other normal child, or he is not behaving like any other normal child. He is happy with his own play, and he doesn't allow mainly with others to get into his own world. So, okay, staying in his own world will be the major issues.
So, what I get from your response is this: children don't speak much, or they do have speaking disability also. They can't speak properly. They can't communicate with people because they can't understand their gestures, and they like to stay in their own world. They don't, and they don't feel anything missing in their life also if they don't interact.
No, they will be happy with what they are doing. So, like example, they can play with specific toys for hours together. They can construct a Lego toy for hours together. They can play with car wheels alone for a long time, and they can even play with a thread and a bead for a house together. And parents will be saying, my child will be happy if I give a toy, his liking things like a Lego toy. He can spend hours together and solving this hundreds of puzzles and lining up. So any sort of behaviors will be such unusual interest, we can say that.
Whereas a normal child would have changed many games
Yeah,
during that
yeah,
period.
yes.
So, how difficult it would be for a parent who has a autistic child? What is their role as a parent?
Yeah. So, so recent days we are finding parents are observing the kids' issues and they're coming up early. So that is where we are able to make out an early identification that plays a major role. Okay. So parents' initial phase, so they deny the issue. So they go to known doctor, known pediatrician, then they go to other therapists. When pediatrician recommend to go for any therapy, first they deny that my child don't have such issues, and that phase only is a big crucial phase. So that takes a long time. So usually that phase should be counseled properly to get a proper scientific and evidence based practice, so which will give a proper guidance to the family as well and the progress of the child. So going to the right profession and knowing what the exact solution, rather than getting into Google and reading book stuffs won't help. Get advice from the professionals, that helps to overcome the difficulties.
In your response, you mentioned early. Now, what is the meaning of early?
So early intervention, it means so you will find the symptoms at the age of 18 months to 24 months. Okay.
So 1.5 years to 2 years.
2 years. Okay. So you will be finding that when I call, my child is not looking up. So the regression, we say there is a term regression. So the symptoms, my child was saying bye bye and looking and smiling, and he was reciting rhymes, numbers. All of a sudden, after 18 months or sometime, he start responding. He don't have, is not looking at me, he is not having a proper eye contact. I call, he is not turning. So these sort of complaints you will be getting. So you should not ignore such complaints, and there will be some family members who will be telling, you spoke at the age of 4 years, 6 years, so leave it, he also will be speaking. Ignore such things, and as soon as this we call as a red flags symptoms. So as soon as you are finding such symptoms, so your child is not responding, so age appropriate skills are not developing, he is happy to play with alone, he doesn't like to interact with people, so then definitely you have to be little cautious.
The key message that is coming up is, if you see any child not responding to your call, as a normal child would do, you see a regression pattern. Don't listen to people who say 4 years age, that child spoke, 6 years age, you spoke. First go to a professional and then do that. As I understand, it is not a disease, so there is no doctor involved. It is a disorder, so therapists are involved.
Definitely a developmental pediatrician will help you. So it is all a developmental delay. Okay, so we say we have a criteria like 18 months child has to babble and has to look into eye contact and has to respond better, and he has to pacify with mother, hug or anything. So if it's not happening or any changes in responding, you have to take a call.
So this is early. Very, very important discussion. Now, what would be the role of the family members? I can understand parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. What is their role for a autistic child if they have in their family?
So so this is, as I said, it's a long process, you know. So to diagnose a kid and taking a treatment, and the child requires therapy and intervention till he grows older and go to school, and he will face issues in all the areas. Okay, so when he get into school, he will have definitely issue with interacting with peer groups and coping up with academics. Okay, there are, as I mentioned earlier, different areas he will be having issues like fine motor, visual perception skills, and sensory motor development areas, and play development. All the areas has to be addressed. So it's a long term journey. Okay, so for this, family should be more supportive, especially fathers. So recent days I can find many fathers are understanding it and they are helping it out. So family members also should be
coming forward.
Coming forward, like not only mother, the grandparents has to be told about the kid's condition and symptoms and what is the solution. Okay, so when mother is taking therapy or kind of giving therapy to the child, the family should be supportive. Okay, so that helps for faster and peaceful journey as a parent to overcome this. It will be helpful, and siblings play a vital role. So siblings should be known about these conditions, and they should be play a vital role when it comes to social interaction and peer group interaction. Okay, and that gives a more confident to the parents to overcome these difficulties. Okay.
So what I understand is, if there is a autistic child in the family, we should not feel bad about it. That's a fact of life.
There is nothing to feel bad about it. Okay.
So as a grandparent, as a sibling, we must accept this child as one of our family member and support the child to grow, because this is not a disease which will get over with injection or medicine.
True.
A therapy will continue, and then it is a process, long drawn process. It will take time, but it will definitely have some positive impact.
Definitely. See, every kid has the potential to progress. Okay, so it is only the time and the training what you are giving to the kid. So each kid is different, and as we call this as a spectrum, so the spectrum varies from mild to severe cases. Okay, so there will be kids only with very few issues which can be addressed easily, and they can be go to the mainstream school and do the regular activities, day-to-day living skills independently. And it's not like any other condition like mental retardation or cerebral palsy, where you will be finding very odd features or anything which is like a social stigma. So you can train these kids to overcome the difficulties easily. So like they have issue only with the social interaction, so give them opportunity and training in social skill training will definitely make a difference. So family members add more value to when it comes to social training and interaction. And when one skill is taught only with the mother, the generalization to happen, family members are needed. So the generalization happens, then this kid express her emotions to the society, okay, and siblings.
So family support is very, very important, parallelly with the therapy that is going on. You have been coaching, training and grooming and providing therapy to hundreds of kids from last 10 years. Have you seen any success story, Mr. Rajesh?
Yeah, definitely. There are a lot, around I can say more than 20 kids. So the success story in the sense, as I started my career, so it is 10 years. So the kids who I have seen at the age of 3, they are at 13 years and 12 years. So I can see there are kids who are attending standard 6 and standard 7 who have successfully overcome these difficulties and went to the now mainstream school, which is the biggest achievement for parents. And it's all happened with the parents' effort, parents' effort
plus and professionals like
help.
you, yes,
and their family support.
So the underlining message is parents should not get disheartened if you go to the proper therapist, give proper time and affection and therapy to the child. There are chances, fair bit of chances, I can't give a particular number, the child will be coming to the normal stream.
So definitely if you are knowing your child's condition, okay, and you have to know what is the symptom. So we are here treating the symptoms, we are not treating the condition. So if a child is having issue in the daily living task, example, the focus should not be curing autism, the focus should be improving the functional skill of a child. Example, you are going to train my child at the age of 3, you are going to train my child how to indicate for toilet. So that should be the realistic goal.
True.
So as a functional task or a functional ability, we are going to improve the child. So each task or each functions we are going to improve child and make him functionally independent. So like that we have to address the symptoms of a child. We are not saying if you see is there a cure for autism. So definitely no. Okay. So you search in Google or if you search, so you should not demotivated that this is a condition where there is no treatment, and you should not go to that track. Okay. So definitely every kid has a potential to improve. So our role is to find the right therapy and the right professionals and monitor the goals. Okay, you have to fix a realistic short-term goal which should be 3 months to 6 months. I am going to achieve this, and you have to periodically record the development happening. That motivates you. So 3 months before, my child is not brushing the teeth. So today at least he is tolerating the brush and he is able to brush for 10 count. Okay. So after 6 months he achieved brushing completely. So that gives you a positive note. Okay. So you should not keep a unrealistic goal that today my child is not talking, in 6 months he will be talking. So which is not an unrealistic goal, right?
Okay.
So you will be keeping a target like today my child is not able to identify or follow a single step command. In 3 months time he will be achieving that. So with your child's ability and cognitive ability, we have to fix a goal with therapist guidance. Okay, so that will be the right step. So it has to go in a path. Okay, so don't keep as a big target or keep as a cure for autism. The therapy is intended to provide independence of a child. So that is what the goal is. So definitely each kid has the potential to progress. It is the time what we are going to give and the right therapy what we are going to give.
So what I get from your response is we have to document all the progress.
Definitely.
We have to also target small goals, 3 months, 6 months, and realistic goals,
Yeah.
measurable goals,
Sure.
where we can achieve it with the help of therapist guidance and our own effort,
Yeah.
consistent effort.
Yeah, that will actually motivates you also. We have crossed these many hurdles, right? So that motivates you to the next target, right?
Correct.
And every issue has a solution. It didn't work, we can try the other method, right? So
Okay.
every kid is unique and all the symptoms are unique. So that's why I say the bookish knowledge or searching in Google won't help. The child who is showing a symptoms, the other kid will be totally different from this,
Yes.
right? So that's something is working for that kid won't be same to you. So
Correct.
it has to be tailored with individualized education program or individualized therapy plan. So that only will help you.
So what Rajesh sir is saying, you don't be a therapist or expert. No, that is their job. They have been qualified in this line. They have been doing. They have experience also. So all we have to do is document their progress, document our target, write a goal, and how soon we will achieve it. If it is realistic with the guidance, it is possible. Like we spoke about brushing, toilet mannerism, eating food, interaction. All these things can be. So, sir, what is your role as a professional?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, there is an involvement of many areas we have to address. So it's a team effort. So it's not only occupational therapist. So we deal with initial phases where the child is having issues related to sitting tolerance, not able to focus, and we call something as sensory issues, sensory behaviors. So we will be addressing sensory integration therapy through that. Then later phases comes speech and language therapist. Then when the child achieved some sort of cognitive abilities, then we need the support of special educator. So it's a team approach. When the child is showing any behavior issues, then definitely we have to consult a psychologist and a behavior therapist. So every team, every individuals in the profession make a contribution to the development of a child, and especially it's a long process. So parents involvement and practice at home and helping the kid to come out of it, so that makes more easy. Okay, so professionals and team interaction is much important. Right.
So what I also get is, while you bring in your professional angle, which is I am sure child will be exposed to 1 hour or 2 hour maximum in a day,
Yeah,
that
true.
22 hours is with the family, with the parents. So magic band is not with the therapist, it is actually with everyone, little bit of everyone. If they can just touch that aspect, I am sure child will be normal as one should be, and that's how it has to be looked at. Mr. Rajesh, so do you, as you said, 20 children have seen the brighter side, their parents have been having smile, so we can easily say there is light at the end of the tunnel.
So definitely. So as I mentioned earlier, each kid is unique and they have the potential to progress. So we have to find out what is their ability and where are areas we have to focus more, and which are the symptoms which can be prioritized first. So that makes sense. So we have to prioritize as a self independency as first, and improving the basic cognitive skills. Next, speech and language areas. Then we have to move to academics. So it will be the other way around. Parents want a child to talk or learn first rather than focusing on basic living. Actually, if a kid is not able to indicate for toilet, that has to be addressed first.
Oh,
A
yes.
kid who can't able to eat on own or brush his own teeth, that has to be addressed first. Okay, so it has to go in this order. We have to prioritize how to make the child independent.
So life skills first,
Cognitive development.
cognitive is next, and then academics later on. There are people who have not studied at all and they are living. So we want our child to be self dependent in later stage, because there are parents who are worried what will happen to the child after we are gone. And if we have made our child independent, I don't think we should be worrying much and that is what Mr. Rajesh is bringing in this discussion. And I understand, suppose a parent get to know that their child is autistic through pediatricians or somewhere, and that is the time they first can't believe. Second, as you mentioned, they deny the fact, how can my child be autistic, and hence they try to hide from their family members and relatives, and by the time they reach you, it is really late. So your 2 words on early intervention, sir.
And 18 months to 24 months you will be finding these symptoms. So as early as possible, what you can do is the therapy can start at the age of 3 years or later. So you have to give sensory rich environment to the child, spend time with the child. What we request parents is spend your time with the kid, play actively with the kid rather than involving in gadgets or giving them expensive toys. That doesn't matter. Your presence matters a lot. Okay, so a father can spend daily 1 hour and mother can spend daily 2 hours, which gives a more effect in the progress of a kid. As early is found, so first it takes at least a year to accept it and then start the therapy, right? So when you start the therapy, the studies reveal that the kid who diagnosed early has the ability to progress better in the daily livings in future, okay, and meet their symptoms. They overcome the symptoms as early. Okay, so the development age from 0 to 5 years is the right age to train a kid or teach any new skills, right? So to overcome a maladaptive behavior, all this, it will be fruitful if you start early. So early intervention is the key for the betterment of the child.
So what is the maximum age of a child that you will admit in your center?
So we will usually admit at the age from 3 to 6 years is the entry age. Beyond 6, the behavior or any skill what the child is having, it's difficult to change or train the parents. So because it's difficult for us to handle, so we recommend only, or we take only kids between 3 to 6 years. So that will be helping the kid and family better.
So to make the same statement little lighter or simple, as there is certain age for us to grow our height. After a certain age, we can't grow our height. Our teeth also falls, and again it comes back, and again if it falls, then it won't come back. So body has its own limitation. Similarly, what Rajesh sir is saying, for treatment of an autistic child, 3 to 6 is ideal age, but if you go later than that, then it becomes difficult. It is not impossible, but it is difficult to bring about a change or a desirable change, is what you are saying. So accept the fact, whatever God has given us as a child, we accept this and then move for the positive side and look for therapists in our city, around our city or outside our city, but please consult a therapist and progress with the therapies. Sir, your final message on this subject for parents, for children. I am sure children won't understand, and if they can understand, we will be the happiest people in the world, and their family members, sir.
Yeah, don't compare your child with any other typical child. Okay, that should be, you accept the child as how he is, and we are helping him out, and you have to respect his behaviors. Okay, it's not the quality of life matters. So your quality of life as well as the kid's quality of life. So accept the behavior, and we are trying to help him out where he is finding the difficulties. Okay, and as a family members, so definitely you will be feel bad when you take him to the social gathering or occasion. So just ignore the other people and just enjoy your presence with your kid, and every kid has the potential to progress if the right therapy is provided and with the right practice is given. Definitely each kid can progress, okay, and they have the ability to progress. So this will be the last message.
Very valuable what Rajesh sir is saying. If need arise, and you will go to family functions like wedding or birthdays and all that, and your child behaves in an undesirable manner, don't feel bad about it. What others will say, what others will think, no, you be focused on your child. You know who your child is. This child has done nothing intentionally. What this child has done is without any intention, because we know what this child is. So focus always on your child. Don't be rude, harsh or hard on your child. Trust me, if you are in the right direction as far as therapy is concerned, everything will be fine. You have to be strong. you should feel happy, lucky that God chose you to be a parent of a special child or member of a family where a child is autistic or with learning disability. This is just passing phase. 20 students have come out and they say normal, become normal. That doesn't mean your child is not normal. If you have questions pertaining to this, kindly write to us in this channel, and we will try to answer that. Thank you, Mr. Rajesh, for your time
Thanks
and
for
valuable inputs. Namaskar.